My name is Mark Smeltzer. I am the director of the UAMS Center for Microbial Pathogenesis and Host Inflammatory Responses. Our center is funded by the National Institute of General Medical Sciences as part of their COBRI program, which stands for Centers of Biomedical Research Excellence. The sole purpose of this program is to promote the advancement and independent scientific careers of junior investigators. And typically, as our center, as with other COBRI centers around the country, that you do that around a common scientific theme. And our theme is, again, microbial pathogenesis and host inflammatory responses. Now, to explain that, basically all that needs to be understood is that we coexist with many different types of microbial pathogens. And by and large, they are not only do they not do us any harm, but their presence is to our benefit. But occasionally, and we all know this, occasionally we or people we care about suffer from an infectious disease. And all that really reflects, and it's important to understand that what that really reflects is an imbalance between the presence of these microbial pathogens in our world and our ability to keep them in check. The end result of which is disease. And in that context, it's also important to understand that that disease process isn't just caused by the pathogen per se, but it involves the host response to that pathogen. And the goal of our center is to bring together a group of very promising young investigators, all of whom research some aspect of that key interaction between a microbial pathogen and the human host, and the response of the human host to that interaction, and in the manner in which it defines the disease process and ultimately the therapeutic approach and the therapeutic outcome, and put them in a position to maximize their success. That's my job as director of the center, to help ensure that that happens. We try to do that a number of ways. Most importantly, it is dependent first and foremost, and to their credit, on the quality of the scientists in our center. You can find information about each of those scientists on our webpage, and please do investigate that and give yourself an opportunity to understand more precisely what it is that we do in the center. In general terms, again, our goal is to promote their careers as established scientists, and we do that in three fundamentally important ways, in my view. First of all, these are young investigators. They are well trained. They have spent many, many years obtaining their degrees, obtaining their credentials, but that's not the same thing as establishing your own lab and being competitive on a national level for grant funding. So we've established mentoring programs, for instance, so that more senior scientists can meet on a regular basis with these junior investigators and constructively critique their work, constructively critique grants they put together, and provide them with invaluable advice based on their cumulative experience on how to make that important transition. Secondly, we've made every effort through the establishment of what we call an administrative corps to remove any administrative barriers to their success, to ensure that all the details, that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted on their behalf, so that they can spend their time truly focusing on their science. And then thirdly, as in any profession, your ability to accomplish a job depends on the tools you have at hand. So the other key element we've tried to address is to develop technical resources, to go to these investigators and ask them, what what are the objectives you need to meet? Do you have the tools required to meet those objectives? And if not, how can we help? So together with Dr. Richard Morrison, we've also established technical cores to try to facilitate their ability or our ability to remove any technical barriers to their success.